welcome back to Manchester United News. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more latest transfer news. Man United plot transfer for Viktor Gyokeres teammate after fresh scouting mission. Latest Manchester United transfer news and rumors includes an update on Conrad Harder and Alvaro Carreras. Manchester United are showing interest in Viktor Gyokeres teammate Conrad Harder. It has been claimed. That's according to Spanish outlet Fichajes, who claim United's attention has now turned to the 19-year-old. Gyokeres had been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford in recent months, but those links cooled when Ruben Amorim confirmed the club would not be signing his former players in this window. Gyokeres and Sporting reportedly have a gentleman's agreement to allow the striker to leave the club for between £58.6 million and £62.8 million. Harder has emerged as an exciting prospect and has had an exciting start to life in Portugal since joining Sporting Clube de Portugal from Danish side Nordsjælland last summer. At 19, his versatility to play both centrally and on the wings is seen as an attracting prospect for clubs. The reported €35 million, £29 million, asking price is more accessible than that of Gyokeres. Although Sporting view him as a player for the future, a tempting offer could test their resolve. However, the Manchester Evening News reported last week that United cannot afford to buy unless other players are shifted off their books this month. Elsewhere, Portuguese outlet O Jogo, via Sport Witness, report United and Arsenal had scouts in attendance at the Taça da Liga League Cup to watch Alvaro Carreras, formerly Fernandes. The 21-year-old joined the Portuguese Giants in January of last year and has quickly cemented a regular spot in the starting team. United have a reported £25 million buyback clause for the player, suggesting that there could be a possibility for his return to Old Trafford in the near future. Meanwhile, Caught Offside also suggested Liverpool and Real Madrid were linked to the defender before, while Portuguese newspaper records suggested that Bayern Munich are also potential suitors amid concerns that United-linked Alphonso Davies may leave. Manchester United coach Ruben Amorim praises 3 coaching staff members after Arsenal win. Ruben Amorim credited 3 of his coaching staff members for helping Man United get past Arsenal in the FA Cup. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim lauded the influence of 3 members of his coaching staff after their penalty shootout win against Arsenal. United went 1-0 up in the 52nd minute through Bruno Fernandes, but Diogo Dalot was sent off in the 61st minute for a second bookable offence. Gabriel Magalhaes then equalized 2 minutes later. Martin Odegaard failed to convert a generously awarded penalty in the 72nd minute, and United held on beyond extra time for a penalty shootout. United selected Joshua Zirkzee as their 5th spot kick taker, choosing centre-backs Lenny Yoro and Lisandro Martinez for the 3rd and 4th kicks. When asked if he was concerned that Zirkzee, who was goaded by thousands of United fans only 13 days earlier, was down to take the potential match-winning kick, Amorim revealed that his coaching staff had chosen the penalty takers. "I was not concerned because I had the feeling we were going to win. But that part is not my part. The set pieces is not my part, and today we were amazing at set pieces. Carlos Fernandes was really good, Andreas Georgesson was really good, and Manuel Ferro was really good. And they chose the right players to score the penalties. Was not my part, it was them. They did a very good job." Fernandes and Georgesson are responsible for United's set-piece defending, while Ferro is one of Amorim's first team coaches who followed him to United from Sporting. United players were furious that referee Andrew Madley penalized Harry Maguire for a foul on Kai Havertz inside the area when there appeared to be little contact. The video assistant referee was not in use as it was agreed by the Football Association to scrap it for the FA Cup 3rd and 4th rounds out of fairness to all participating clubs. Amorim was reluctant to dwell on a decision that ultimately did not cost United. "It's far away. The players told me that it was not a penalty, but let's move on. We go to the next round and focus on the next game." Amorim admitted United suffered during a grueling 2 hours, half of it played with a man fewer. "I think it is also clear when we score first that helps us to suffer. It's like more strength to suffer if something happened. When the opponent has one opportunity we can stop that game, we can calm down the game, and we are understanding more the way we play football. Sometimes you are not playing well, but you can control the game in certain moments. But it is clear we are improving in the way that we suffer playing football. That is a good thing. It's not nice, but it is good for our team. With the ball, we had some difficulties. I think players like Alejandro Garnacho want to play open, playing inside, they need to suffer. I can put him open, but I have to change the idea, and it will. Joshua Zirkzee earns Man United redemption as 10-man Red Devils win Arsenal shootout. Arsenal won 5-3-1 Manchester United. Penalties were required to separate the Premier League rivals as Joshua Zirkzee's spot kick saw United through to the next round of the FA Cup. Manchester United have pulled off a determined FA Cup victory after pushing Arsenal to penalties at the Emirates Stadium. Joshua Zirkzee scored the winning spot kick after Kai Havertz missed for the Gunners. The offside flag prevented Gabriel Martinelli from opening the scoring after he found the net in the first period. The Brazilian was left furious after he felt he took advantage of a deflection from Harry Maguire in a half that saw few chances. Arsenal showed little in the way of threat, and Manchester United served up a lesson early in the second half. Alejandro Garnacho drove into space towards the Gunners' box before laying the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who smashed the ball past David Raya. United went a goal up but were soon a man down as Diogo Dalot put in a rash challenge on the halfway line to earn his second yellow card. Barely a minute later, Gabriel Magalhaes' strike deflected past Altay Bayındır to level the scores. Tempers flared when a penalty was awarded against Maguire, but after yellow cards were brandished across the sides, Martin Odegaard saw his effort from 12 yards, saved by Altay Bayındır. The goalkeeper proved a formidable force as Arsenal racked up chances, but extra time was required to separate the sides. Arsenal knocked on the door but could not find a way past United's 10 men as the game ended with penalties. Mirror Football takes a look at the talking points to emerge from the game. Alejandro Garnacho's future. It emerged ahead of the game that United's winger was a target for Antonio Conte and Napoli. The Serie A side are expecting Kvaratskhelia to depart and want Garnacho to replace their talisman. The 20-year-old is available for sale but was named in a scarcely rotated United side by Ruben Amorim. While one-away star Marcus Rashford was once again left out of the squad, Garnacho made his first start in more than a month. It appears that the Argentina international is still within the thought process of Amorim, and he showed flashes of the attacking value he can bring. Garnacho was pivotal in the build-up to United's opening goal, with a direct run up the right flank ensuring the side's counter-attack did not go to waste. Who needs a striker more? Both Arsenal and Manchester United have been widely linked to new strikers in the transfer window, and neither appears particularly close to signing one. Gabriel Jesus and Rasmus Højlund started the game looking to prove their value to their respective managers, though the former was sharing his time leading the line with Kai Havertz. That Jesus was on the right flank and that Højlund was starved of service perhaps tells its own story in many ways, with the Brazilian being added to Arsenal's injury list. Ruben Amorim wants Man United to keep Diogo Dalot despite his huge error versus Arsenal. Manchester United managed to pull another rabbit out of the hat as despite having to play over an hour with 10 men, they clinched their FA Cup third-round tie against Arsenal 5-3 via penalties away at the Emirates. The game ended 1-1 at the end of extra time with both teams scoring in the second half. After some brilliant work from Alejandro Garnacho, the ball fell to Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box and he rifled past David Raya to hand the visitors the lead. However, the joy was short-lived as Diogo Dalot saw his second yellow for a needless challenge and the Gunners equalized soon after. At that point, it seemed like the Portuguese's dismissal would cost the Red Devils the game as Kai Havertz won a dubious penalty, but Altay Bayındır saved United's blushes, pulling off one save after the other as the Red Devils took the game to penalties and eventually emerged triumphant. Dalot almost cost United the game. The Portugal international struggled to affect the game on the left wing, both going forwards and while defending, forcing Ruben Amorim to shift him to his natural side. But that move also did not pan out, and the ex-Porto star will now miss the Premier League game against Southampton at the weekend. Despite the impressive showing against Liverpool last week, Dalot has failed to shine as an attacking force this season, with the wingbacks expected to provide the width and attacking impetus in Amorim's system. The head coach has blamed this on the team's imbalance, which has forced him to keep playing his compatriot on the left due to Luke Shaw's injury-enforced absence while Tyrell Malacia looks on his way out of the club. Amorim would ideally like to play Dalot on the right and bring in reinforcements on the left, but Ineos are grappling with PSR concerns and have so far failed to complete a single signing. They are looking to raise capital through player sales, and Dalot is one player who is attracting plenty of interest from La Liga giants Real Madrid. In fact, the Spanish side were willing to pay £45 million for United's number 20, but as per Gimsport, Amorim has no plans of letting his compatriot leave, despite his poor display on Sunday. Real want Dalot, but Amorim does not want to sell. Diogo Dalot might have been viewed as a source of funds in the January window, until his display at Liverpool. The 25-year-old versatile defender, bought for a bargain £19 million from FC Porto in 2018, has proved himself one of United's best buys in recent years. With United facing profit and sustainability concerns, Dalot is being tracked by teams in Spain and Italy, including Real Madrid. But the speedy wingback, valued at £45 million, is a firm favorite with boss Ruben Amorim, who has told United bosses he doesn't want the star to be sold. Amorim sees Dalot as key to the tactical 3-4-3 system and one of the few players naturally suited to that style.